Good morning, everyone. So we are out here to show you what to do if you do get lost in the woods. So we're going to be demonstrating how to build a shelter, how to build a fire. So let's get going. So the first thing you want to do if you realize that you're lost is to stay calm. I know it can be difficult, but the last thing you want to do when you're already in that situation is to panic, because you need that state of mind to just stay calm and figure out what to do next and prioritize what needs to be done in that moment. So next you're going to want to find water, build shelter, and build a fire. For water, you want to make sure that it's moving water from a fresh source. You don't want to be drinking out of like a stagnant puddle. And then we're going to show you today how to build a shelter and a fire. So we found a fallen tree here. So this will work perfectly for building a very basic shelter. We're going to clean up some of the branches underneath and then start layering some bigger branches along the sides to build kind of an A-frame, as well as use some spruce boughs to build sort of a mattress. So that is what we're going to get started on here.
So whenever you got to take your gloves off, just so they don't freeze, tuck them into your jacket right under your armpits. That way they stay warm. So when you need a quick warmth, you just have to pull them out and your hands will be nice and toasty. All right, so we built our shelter here. We're obviously not spending the night, but if we were, we would fill in the sides and then we would put a tarp at the end. You want to make sure your shelter is just big enough for you because you don't want to waste any energy. You don't want to waste any hot air.
You want to build some kind of mattress to lay on, preferably out of spruce boughs because they are nice and soft. You don't want to be laying on just bare ground because the cold ground will absorb your body heat. So it will help you stay comfortable, but also stay warm and preserve your body heat. If you don't have a tarp to close off the entrance with, you can also use branches to do that. But you will probably have a fire burning through the night, so you still want to make sure that that heat is able to come in and keep you warm.
So this will be a really great fire starter. I'm gonna put it in my pocket. I'm gonna keep it nice and dry for when we need it. When you're taking birch, you wanna make sure you're only peeling what's already coming off. Otherwise it could damage the tree. So to prioritize, the most important ones are you need to stay warm and you need to stay dry. The next is you're gonna have to stay hydrated. So we're not gonna worry about food if you don't have it because you need to stay hydrated. So if it comes down to it and you need to process your own food, make sure you're doing that away from your camp. You don't want to attract any animals while you're sleeping or anything.
Okay, so if you're not skilled in catching your food, you should at least learn to identify edible plants. Even in the winter, you can find edible plants. So these are rose hips. They are very high in fat and vitamin C. So this would be one food that you would be able to eat if there's nothing else available when you're lost.